Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Tristan, and today in this video, what I got going on for you guys is I'm just unboxing a few pairs. Got some stacked up right here. Y'all might be able to see we got a little stack going. Got some pretty cool pairs to show you guys in this video. You guys can see we got the blue SB box. This is an older pair, actually. I was holding that upside down, but this pair right here is from 2009. So we're gonna get into unboxing this and showing y'all some pretty cool stuff. So if you guys want more content like this, feel free to check my Instagrams, any of that down below, and of course my friend and I's group HYPELABS. Because all these pairs, again, were under market price. We always drop them under resale, so our members are able to profit from them, or they can just get cool pairs and again not pay the high for them. So if that's something you're interested in, you can check us out down below. It's not the only thing we offer. We teach people how to buy, how they can source on their own. Our exclusive brick flip calls to show you how to flip non-profitable sneakers. Like, there's so many things. So basically, like learning how to sell shoes and make a profit off them that normally would sit, consigning your sales to make more from them. And we have lots of reviews on our website. You guys can see in the screen, so you know that we're legit and people are enjoying everything that we offer. So I hope to see you guys on that wait list. Don't miss out. You can join the waiting room down below. Also, I think there's a little link in there where you can test it for a few days. There's also the weekly link right there, so you guys can test it just for a week and get access to the deals and everything that's offered, kind of see how it works. The profitable clothing backdoors as well. Super easy to make a profit off those, especially if selling locally or again on apps. But I hope y'all will enjoy, and let's get started. Learn how to get more of your favorites with us below. But starting off, we'll get into this pair in a second, but the main one, or not the main one, but just one I want to get into right off the bat. And in this video, I'll kind of discuss like optimizing your sales, like how to make more from them, so you aren't just like selling everything to StockX. Right here though, this is the Barbershop Gray Dunk Low. You guys can see I'm kind of rocking with the Tiffany soles that these have on them, and also another cool feature would be the Barber, the little clip that they have on them right there, so you guys can see. I'm not actually sure if that works. I mean, it looks like it would, right? Like, it looks like an actual like Barber clip, like it would work fully, like it wouldn't have any issues. But just kind of a cool little Nike one that we have on these Dunk Lows. You don't really see these a lot, but it isn't one that necessarily is flipping for like a crazy price. You can kind of see why it has that barbershop influence, because usually it'll have the post outside the barbershop, or at least at a lot of old style ones where kind of have that kind of theme going, where it's kind of like stripes or like a ribbon almost, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how to like necessarily describe it. Like, that's why we got like the lace tips, the aglets. That's why they look like that, and that's also why we got this design going on here by the heel, as you guys can see right there. And then kind of again, you can see it, how the swirl that's going around, that's kind of representing the post that would be outside of barbershop. So just the first one I want to mention, Barbershop Grays. And for something like this, you guys could see, I'll show like the StockX pricing right now. It isn't one that like the sales are all over the place, so it's one of those sneakers where it's like you like kind of make the price for it, but it's like, again, you still keep it within the range, but it's like you don't have to sell it for the bottom of the range. You can see there's some sales in there for like 150, 140, but then there's some up there at like 200 for this size. So it's like, why would you sell this one for 140, 150 to StockX, or even post it there when you could go to GOAT, probably get a better price, send it to Stadium Goods for consignment. Again, that's something we teach our members down below. Like, here's an example on the screen, like somebody that got a daily deal for $225, then consigned it, sold it for $399. So that's like what I would recommend for a pair like this. Like, for a lot of pairs, definitely if you have local shops, local resale shops, ask them about if they do consignment, because that's a really good opportunity that a lot of people sleep on, especially with things like clothing. If they consign clothing, you can make a really good profit from that. If you have like brand new clothes, and again, you can use like our clothing backdoors, and then just start consigning to your local shop. Easy money there. But that's what I do for these. Even for like, maybe for like a pair like this, like an SB. SBs are pretty good for consignment. I don't think these go too crazy, but this is one that you could probably also get a really good local flip going on. This is the St. Patty's Day SB Dunk Low. I've had plenty of pairs of these I've shown on video, but the green suede hits so nice on this pair. That's just one major detail that we have to mention, and I'm just a fan of these. I gotta say, they really did their thing with these. I mean, year by year, as we hit St. Patty's Day, year round, these are gonna spike up and then continue to hold, spike up, continue to hold. So they'll rise year by year slowly. It's a good one over time if anybody's curious about that. And the main reason for it is because, again, it's attached to a holiday, and that holiday isn't going anywhere. But also, as the sneaker ages more and more, this one's going to become less and less common, but people are going to still want it because again, the holiday comes yearly. So for these, might just be a hold. So again, that's how I would think of, you just got to think about your sneakers more, think about the history behind them, kind of think about maybe what they're based off, how popular they are, how much stock there is of them, how common are they, how common is that shoe nowadays? Like, do you see it a lot? Is it one that, is like a newer release? Think about things like this when buying your shoes nowadays, because it'll really help you kind of determine what kind of pair you're getting. That's my best advice I can give right there for, buying shoes. Just think about the buy before you make it. Just you want to understand it. Know what you're going to be doing with that shoe a few months down the line. Because again, if you're getting a shoe to, you know, buy and you're like, you know, I'm not sure if I'm going to resell this now. I'm not sure if I'm going to hold on to it. Think about what you'd be doing with it in a few months. Like if you needed the money, what would you do with that shoe? Would you still hold on to it or would you sell it? Ask this type of question. Because the answer is, if it's a newer release, like one that just dropped and you need the cash, just sell it and then move on to the next drop. Make the flip. Don't stress about the hold, especially on one pair. Now, if you have multiples of a bunch of pairs, like, you know, 40 pairs and they're all different ones, sure, fine, hold on to this, because then you have like an inventory type of thing, and like each pair makes that up. But let's get into some of the other ones right here, like this old pair of SBs I got right here. So this is actually a Dunk High. Y'all can see again how, I mean, the old SB boxes, this is, I mean, I'm personally, I think this one is cleaner than, you know, kind of this, not like a rainbow theme. I don't know like necessarily what to call it, but I think it's cleaner than, you know, the 2020 SB box we had. I also think it's cleaner. You know, we also had that, you know, Tiffany and black box. I mean, there's lots of different SB boxes we have, but I think it's cleaner than this one. I think it's cleaner than the new kind of white SB box we have for Run the Jewels and the Ritos SBs. Also on some other ones coming up like the Born and Raised. But this box, personally, one of my favorites just because I love how that blue is hitting with the white on this sneaker. But this is a Dunk High. For those curious, check out the size tag right there. Feel free to take a good look. 100% authentic, of course. And you guys can see, very, very good condition. I'm super happy with getting a pair like this in this condition that is this old. And I mean, it's from 09, and I think I mentioned that at the start of the video. Might have put it in the title, but so that makes this sneaker 14 years old. Might be older than some of the folks we got watching this video right now, but very, very cool pair. You guys can see kind of the SB box design we got on the inside. Isn't much different than what we have nowadays, other than you can see there isn't, you know, that theme, like, you know, just cardboard box now, but, you know, here we kind of had, you know, that design up here on the top, which was a little, I mean, I don't necessarily know how to describe the design, I'm sorry, but that's at least how I would look at it. You can see it has something to it. But right here, this is the 2009 Resin SB Dunk High. I want to show this to you all right here. You all can see all the details, and again, there is the resin size tag on this one. Now, for those curious about what this SB is based off, a lot of people thought it was like a Gucci SB at first, and that's actually why these almost didn't release back in 2000. That's actually why they were delayed originally, because in 2005 they were designed ready to go, but Gucci was obviously not happy with what was going on with this SB Dunk High, because you can see kind of that green and red theme. It looks, you know, very much like that could be a possibility of like this being a collaboration. Also, especially with the laces, like, you know what I mean? Like they're touching close. But actually, what this SB Dunk High is based off, you guys can see the red is representing fire, the green is representing weed, and then the black right there is representing resin, or basically, you know, leftover weed. That's what it would be. But this sneaker is basically based off the San Francisco weed culture. That's what it was originally designed after. That's at least what I saw when I was reading up on it, and it makes sense, especially, you know, with the size tag saying resin, and then of course, you know, the red for fire, green for weed. It kind of makes a little bit more sense. But that's what we have with this SB Dunk High. Overall, I think it's a pretty cool one. I mean, you guys can see kind of that aged look and details we have in this one. You can see kind of this canvas materials, definitely more on the aged side. But I'm amazed with the condition that the seller kept the box for these. And you guys can also see, you know, how the sole is kind of, you know, the color is definitely fading out of the sole. But you can see it's still in the swoosh, but not as much in the sole. But I'm amazed at how the seller kept the condition, and, you know, of this box over the years. Like, I mean, there is no damage to this box whatsoever. So I'm definitely gonna have to make sure I'm doing my best effort if I end up holding on to these, because, you know, when it comes to like older SBs, like vintage ones like this, it's not as much of like the hold factor. It's like, this is actually like a collectible. Like, this is not one you're seeing anywhere. You're not seeing anybody with these really on foot. Yes, they are out there, and yes, there's people with them, but you're not, like, you know, seeing them, because most people, again, are just collecting these, holding on to them, because this is a very rare item. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you all in this video. We got 2009 pair. Hopefully, you know, y'all kind of see what I'm saying there. I might, again, I don't know if I'm going to sell this one. I might just get, I'm going to try. I mean, it's not going to be easy to get another pair, but I'm going to try and find some other, you know, SB Dunks to, you know, run and HYPELABS, some older ones. Like, I did some infrared SBs recently. That was a really cool kind of like 2020 SB that we did. We did some Sting Waters, you know, some older ones there. But these, I mean, if I ran these, I don't know how much I would want for them, because it's such a nice pair right here. And also the story behind it's pretty cool. I rock with it. So that's how I'm feeling about them. But also I wanted to give you all a little comparison to, you know, like SB Dunks nowadays. Y'all can see how SBs are nowadays. A lot different than what we got going on with, you know, some older pairs. I want to show y'all kind of a comparison. And yes, this is a comparison between the SB Dunk Low and Dunk High. I know it's not the best, but it's still kind of cool to see how dunks have changed over the years. And again, this one isn't a collaboration, and this one is, well, it kind of is a collaboration because I believe Resin is a brand, but y'all can see how you know, the difference over the years. And you know, the collabs we got, some are much more simple, some are, you know, a little bit more involved. You got the embroidery, a lot more details to them, but overall, all of these SBs over time are great items to hold on to because they're like collectibles. They're not ones that you see, you know, as much down the line, but also you can just go look at how any ones have done, and you know how any dunks have done that, you know, like have like a name to them. Like SBs have been reselling, especially the ones that are good colorways, and you know, ones that people used to rock with, like Haritos SBs, several years down the line will still be going for a lot of money, and there's a reason for that because it's one that people want. But wanted to show you all that one right there, give a new and old comparison, and also one more pair that we recently got in. I think I did these for $145 in HYPELABS, size 8.5 brown paisley SB. Y'all can see what we got going on here. Let me just tuck the laces in, and there we go. But yeah, pretty happy about running these for the low for somebody. You know, somebody got a little like good size right here. I don't know why this size looks so small on camera, but yeah, that's what we got going on. Brown paisley there. It looks a little bit more normal like that, but yeah, it looks super small right here, but kind of weird. But yeah, that's what we got going on. Brown paisley 8.5. Somebody got a good deal on these, and this is also a really good one for consignment. Like again, when it comes to optimizing your sales, a lot of people have asked me like how they can build a following up on Instagram, like how they can start selling on Instagram. And honestly, I just might make like a video guide on it soon if people are interested. But to be honest, when it comes to selling any shoes in Instagram on general, it's good to, you know, make consistent daily posts about what you get in. It's good to follow people in your area. If you're in a Discord group, you know, asking what other people's Instagrams are so you can follow and stay connected with them. So there's different things I definitely recommend that you try, because you got to make sure, like in terms of like when you're trying to find people to sell to, you got to make the connections as well. So that's like one thing, like you got to be reaching out, and you got to be the one that's also making the effort, you know, to post and get people to see your posts. You got to be, you know, going to your local stores, going to the local sneaker events, following people in your local area, using hashtags, you know, reposting your post to your story, your personal Instagram, post your pairs in your Snapchat, let people at your school know, you know, you're reselling clothes and shoes, because those are really good clients. Like, I mean, I'm serious. It might sound funny, but like those are really, really good clients. Like people at your school, people at your college, like they will pay well, and they'll pay you fairly. So that's another thing. And if you get something for a good price, then you can give them a good deal and you still profit. So at the end of the day, it's good to build up, you know, clientele that way. So I recommend that you just, again, reach out. Like that's the best thing you could do. Use the hashtags, like use the resources you have available to you the best you can. And if you haven't made an Instagram, you're like, oh man, I don't have the app, download it, and then boom, make your page right there. And if you're like, all right, I don't know what shoe to post first, if you have any in your inventory or just a picture of your inventory, boom, just post a picture of your inventory and say, you know, story sale coming soon, something like that. You know, just get some general promo coming out there, get some references also with people in your local area online with the group, you know, so people can see your references there are good. But that's what I can recommend to you guys at least. And pretty much everything I can show you all in this unboxing, how to, you know, optimize your sales more, some pretty cool SBs that we got in. Again, you guys can see the difference in boxes over the years. Pretty cool to see that. But overall, I'm happy, you know, getting these pairs. I'm still not sure if I'm going to sell the one on the bottom. It's just like one of those pairs where you're like, I don't know. I have no clue. It's a rarer one. It's very hard to get your hands on. So it's, you know, it's like, hey, I don't know if I'm gonna sell it, but we'll see. We'll see, because it's like, you know, it is a dunk high. It's not one I'm like too crazy about, but I do love the details on it. So if you guys want to start getting more pairs for retail, cooking more, learning how to source more in your area, check us out down below at HYPELABS. You can test it for a week, join the waiting room, see what we offer in there, or again, join the wait list and get accepted within 24 hours. That's one thing we do for everybody, so don't forget you will get in there, you know, pretty much by the next day. If you join that, and you can see everything that's offered there, the profitable clothing backdoors, showing people how to source sneakers, our under market deals to members, you know, learning how to buy exclusive brick flip calls so you can learn how to, like, you know, flip non-profitable sneakers. Just, yeah, make sure if you're in there, you have your reaction rolls on, and you won't miss anything that is valuable, and the group will be very helpful to you. And also, like, you know, online loops, you know, you can make cash that way, things like that. Free food could, like, bot and homework help. So yeah, there's a lot more to it. So hope to see you all down below. And I'm Tristan. Thank you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you all in the next video or on HYPELABS. Peace.